Mark, what exactly was your function on the movie? Can you explain to us?
I was one of the supervising animators on the character Ariel for The Little Mermaid. And basically what my role is kind of help establish, what the character looks like, but more importantly, I think, what the character is and how she acts on the screen. And that is something, each character has a supervising animator, and they kind of, set the pattern or lead out, and that the other animators in the unit for those characters have have something to follow, or a lead as to, what makes this character, tick, so to speak.
At what point in the development of the film do you come in?
Well, it will vary from picture to picture, but we generally will come in early, because there's a lot of drawing and trial and error of, what do you think of this design? And they go, no, I don't think so. And you go back and you draw some more, and what do you think of this? And so we try to come in as early as we possibly can. It's usually the way these things go, you'll finish a movie, maybe take a little break, and then you'll go right in on it. And the supervisors are usually in earlier than the rest of the animators because they have the extra responsibility of finalizing designs of the characters.
So when you came on this project, she was faceless. Ariel was.
Well, not 100% faceless, because there's usually, before the animators get on, you have some pre-production designers and a lot of other artists that are saying, okay, we have this idea, we're going to do the movie about the Little Mermaid, and they will hire a bunch of artists to say, okay, well, what is your vision? How would you, maybe picture what this could look like? And they'll be doing a lot of different things. So we may have several boards of what we call preliminary designs, rough designs, that are kind of pointing us in a direction. And then when the supervising animators come on, then we kind of really start refining that, because hopefully the voice talent has been on board, and we have story work going on, so you have a lot of dialogue with the directors. You look at the story, and just you're listening to the voice talent, and it all just kind of gets poured into like this funnel, if you will. And the animator is kind of the end of the funnel, where all this input goes in, and then we have to spit out a character at the end of it.
So the voice came first. You had the music first.
Well, the songs are done, yeah, because you have to have the songs in place if you're going to do the animation, of course. The final scoring follows, at the end of the picture, like a normal post-production pattern for any live-action movie. So early on, Howard Ashman and Alan Menken were on, writing the songs, working, where do the songs fit in the story, and all of those kind of things. So they were on very early, working with Ron and John, the directors of the movie.
So who determined that she'd have red hair and that she wouldn't be blonde? whose job was that?
Well, it's a lot of different people's jobs. I think it's partly my job, it's partly the director's job, story people, the art director. I mean, there's a lot of people involved. I think one of the things I remember at the time, Disney had just recently put out Splash, the Ron Howard movie, which was great. It was a fun movie and everything, but I think there was a fairly common belief that we didn't want to come out with a blonde as a result of that, just because we didn't want to have anybody, accusing us of, stealing from Ron's picture with Daryl Hannah. So a blonde mermaid was kind of out of the picture rather quickly because of that. And so it's just a matter of exploration. You try your brunettes and brown and whatever else, and black didn't seem appropriate, and red just seems to work. It just seems to work really well.
Is she based on somebody real?
Well, I don't honestly remember a very specific model that we said, well, Ariel is kind of this person. She's a little bit of a lot of different things. She's the voice, Jodie Benson, and then the live action model that we had was also inspirational. She's myself. She's Glenn, the other supervising animator. You know, she's Ron and John, who wrote the script and everything. She's, you know, so she's a lot of different people all rolled into one. Jody, the voice, had certainly a lot to do with her development, as well as the young gal, Sherry, who was our live action model that we shot some reference for. And but for me, again, it's just a matter of I take all these elements and, you know, mix that in with like some of my own feelings, you know, so Ariel is a part of me as well, and you know, try to create a believable performance out of all of that.
So it essentially becomes your alter ego.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, I try to imagine, oh, well, if I was a mermaid, you know, I could do this or that, or, you know, or if I was a young female mermaid, I could, you know, feel this way and do these kind of things or that. I mean, that's just part of being the actor. That's the fun of being an animator.